What's good, everybody? It's your boy TJ, and today we're going to be doing a non-spoiler review for The Matrix Resurrections. It is the fourth Matrix movie, the first one in, 18 years, so it's been a while, and The Matrix is back. Director Lana Wachowski returns to the franchise, but without her sister Lily, so it's just her. We also get Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss. It's definitely a trip to have a Matrix movie coming out the same week as The Green Goblin is back in theaters. But before we get started, do not forget, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and join the TJ McFly Movie Club. It's on Discord, it's free to join, and the link is in the description below. When it comes to The Matrix Resurrections, this was definitely toward the top of my most anticipated movie list of 2021. That first trailer, easily the best trailer I've seen for this year. So to say that I was hyped would be an understatement. It was almost unfair for me to have such high expectations because, you know, the higher the expectations are, the chances are that it might not meet them. But I did enjoy the movie. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. Like, I liked it. There is a chance that if I watch it again, I may like it a little bit more. It's definitely not what you expect. Without getting too much into spoilers, this movie does a great job in answering all the questions that you may have when it comes to the original trilogy. Whether you like those answers or disagree with them, at least they answer them. Because, you know, a lot of movies, they'll just say fuck it and totally forget about it or try to ignore it. Every question you have, they give you an answer. People are going to ask, do you need to watch the original trilogy? I say yes. More so the first one. Number 2 and 3, which, you know, I never really enjoyed that much. I wouldn't say it's important to watch. There are, you know, some surprise cameos that are related to number 2 and 3 to really appreciate or to understand the emotional connection between Neo and Trinity. You might as well watch all 3. The one thing I did like in the trailer was, you know, there are certain characters in this movie that are reciting lines from the original, and they fuse the scenes from the original with this one. And they actually did that in the movie. I thought it was just going to be for the trailer. I think they relied a little too heavily on that. It's probably because, you know, there's been so much time that's, you know, passed from the last Matrix movie that maybe Lana Wachowski felt like there's going to be a lot of new fans and they may not recognize the dialogue. So instead of it being for the smart fans, they just ended up fusing the scenes from the original and this one. I think that works well in a trailer. I think you could get away with it in a movie, but I feel like if you do it too much, I don't know, it just really wasn't my thing. Of course, I'm going to talk about the action sequences. I will say that it's not as good as I thought it would be. I'm sure it didn't help that I watched the original one like the night before, and the original one's a classic. The action sequences are cool, the fight choreography is pretty good, but it's nothing that really was mind-blowing, kind of like how the first Matrix, they kind of like set the bar so high and, you know, all these action movies started trying to copy it. This one, it kind of just felt like your regular action movie, so it was nothing really too special, nothing too mind-blowing. We do get traditional, you know, Matrix effects, like when the agents are like moving side to side super quick and it's like a blur. We get that. That's in the trailer, so that's not a spoiler. They reference bullet time throughout the movie, which that's the number one thing that people are going to notice about this movie and why it feels different. It is so self-aware and so meta. Without getting into too many spoilers, they literally reference a Matrix trilogy. That's how meta this movie is. You're going to see it right from the start of the movie, and that's either going to, you know, make you enjoy it or it might take you out. I could see this movie being pretty divisive amongst fans. You know, shit like that doesn't really work for everybody. I can see how a lot of people might not like it, but me, myself, I liked it. You know, there are scenes, which is in the trailer. They're in a room and there's a projection on the wall, and it's literally showing clips of the first movie. I think what they did with Matrix Resurrections, it was a clever way to give us a fourth entry while staying true to the original trilogy. It's really hard to talk about the plot of this movie because in the second trailer, they did show that Neo's trying to get Trinity. But that's about it. Everything else was a surprise. So it's hard for me to talk about it. But I mean, I liked it. I liked it. The score was okay. We did hear the classic Matrix score throughout the movie. Not as much as I'd wanted to, but you know, it's there. I will say that Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss, they were fantastic in this movie. They played their part well. It's awesome to see Neo and Trinity on the big screen together again. You know, it looked like they had a lot of fun. Some of the standouts for the new cast, you got Jessica Henwick, who plays Bugs. You got Jonathan Groff. You got Yahya Abdul-Mateen. And you also got Neil Patrick Harris. They did awesome in this movie. It's a trip. Like, from the trailer, they play, or not all of them, but some of them play characters that we met in the original with a twist. It's a trip. Overall, I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. I wish I would have loved it. I may like it a little bit more after I watch it again because, like I said, this movie is not what you expect. So you may have to watch it again. If I have to give Matrix Resurrections a score out of 10 as of right now after my first viewing, I'll go 7 out of 10. Definitely recommend it if you're a fan of the Matrix movies. It gets you thinking. It gets you thinking as the past ones did. It kind of is a reflection of our society and its current state. So that does it for my non-spoiler review for Matrix Resurrections. I'm going to do another one spoiler-filled where I'm going to talk about everything because trust me, there is a lot to talk about. So do not forget, subscribe to this channel, like this video. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.